stuff that I done told my mother done happened to me, she told me she didn't care. When I told her that my stepfather was touching me, talk about some, what is she supposed to do because he's helping her? What you mean, what you supposed to do?
Wait, so what age did that occur?
That was like 13. That's when I came back from New York with my father. My mother let me go up there for a little bit of time. I came back, and I was like, I don't want to be here. Like, can I just go with my father or my grandmother? She would never let me go. I begged and begged, can I go? They wouldn't release me from jail as a minor until I spoke about stuff that happened to me in my past. I said, it's pointless for me to speak. Like, don't nobody care. So. And
that's not true. You do know that, right? At this age, at 30, you know that, right?
No, my mama still don't care. I could be homeless right now with my kids. My mother won't care. She won't care at all.
Did anything like, ever happen to you or anything like that?
Yeah, before, and it was with my sister's dad. He arrested me, and my cousin did. And my mother didn't do nothing.
What's up, YouTube? I just want to shout out all the members, all the subscribers, and all the supporters. Everybody who shouts me out in the street. I appreciate y'all. It keeps me charged up. Now back to the content. What's up, YouTube? Atlanta Street Interviews out here with another one. So we got a young lady with us today. How you doing today, miss?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. So are you homeless?
I'm not.
Okay, what's your situation?
I was dealing with that before, and now I know, like my friend, she's dealing with. So I be out here to help her, but I'm not gonna let her be outside.
That's like the little one that we were just talking to, right?
Like, so I let her be with me. No, she's not finna be outside. I'm a woman, and I don't want that for no other woman. Themselves. If I could do anything in my power to help somebody.
How long ago was you homeless?
A few years ago.
A few years ago? Okay. And how old are you?
I'm 30.
30? Okay. All right. And so, so like, for instance, like, what are you doing now? Like, are you working or like, what is like your daily?
I'm about to start back at my old job at the airport, which I really don't want to go back to the airport because that's way out there. But I'm gonna go back until I can find something to do something else. That's
way out there. The airport's like 15 minutes away.
I stay all the way on the west side.
Okay, so you all the way on the west side.
All the way on the west side.
Like west, like west.
Yeah, I'm closer to what is it?
Douglasville. Okay.
And I gotta go over to the airport.
Yeah, okay, I get it. I'm hearing this accent. Where you from? New York?
Yeah, I'm from Queens.
What part?
South side.
Okay, we're gonna talk about that in a second. All right, do you have any kids?
I have 3 children, and I'm currently pregnant.
Currently pregnant? What? Turn to the side, let me see. How many months?
I am 5 months, actually.
You're 5 months.
And I thought they was lying. I said, y'all lying.
How old is the oldest child and how young is the youngest?
I have a 10-year-old daughter, 8-year-old daughter, and my son is 1.5.
1.5, okay. Same dad or different dads?
No, different, and my youngest child's father is deceased. He's the only one that's deceased. And my older kid's father, non-existent. Don't do nothing. I'm not gonna depend on nobody that never been there. You don't know your kids, and I'm not gonna force them to speak to you if they don't want to.
Okay.
You can't force nothing on somebody.
You got 2 with the first one?
No, none of my kids have the same father, but
okay.
They just.
Okay.
If you don't want to take care of your kid because I don't want to deal with you, guess what? Be my guest. I'll be mommy, daddy, and the grandma and the grandpa too.
Yeah, but I mean, why? Like, why is that the thought process that seems to prevail in our community?
It's sad. It's really sad.
But I guess what I'm trying to figure out is, why can't we figure out what type of dads these guys will be before you have kids with them, right?
No, it makes it great because they are good parents. You're good parents when you want to be a good parent. If the mother is not doing anything to benefit you, you say forget your kids. If that's how you feel now because you're upset with the mother, don't be around them kids. If you want to be
but that's not a good parent then.
Like, yeah, all that good parenting, but when all the stuff started, then you want to be like, I don't have time. Like, I need to keep my peace and I need to remain stress-free. If you trying to protect yourself and your peace and you don't want nobody to stress you out, there's nothing wrong with you want to remove yourself from negativity. If you want to remove yourself from anything like that and you do that and they feel like it's a problem, you're not the problem, they are. You have to eliminate yourself from the problem. You can't continue to deal or be with the problem, but y'all can still do whatever you have to do for y'all kids. If y'all don't want to, yeah, if that's on y'all. You choose to, you choose to. If you don't, I'm just gonna have to do it myself.
Yeah, I get it. So we'll tie back into that. Have you ever been married?
I'm divorced, actually.
Divorced, okay. And so what age were you when you got divorced?
I was, hold on. 4 years ago.
4 years. Okay, it's 26.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before I turned 27, I got divorced.
Okay, so you was 26. What age did you get married at?
I got married at 22, about to be 23.
Okay, so relationship, marriage roughly lasted about 4 years. Okay, all right. And so, how long were y'all together before y'all got married?
We was actually together before I ever had kids. Before I ever had kids, we was together. He went to college.
So y'all was high school sweethearts?
No, he wasn't. Like I never went to school in North Carolina, but
Okay.
I moved there as a teenager. Then
How
we met
old?
there.
What year?
I moved there when I was still 17 when I moved to North Carolina.
Okay, so you moved to North Carolina.
And then he was my boyfriend then, and then from the time we was like 17, 18, 19, he went to school. I stayed in Raleigh, North Carolina, and he relocated to his college. We ended up being back in the same city. Then I had 2 kids at that time.
So you had 2 kids prior after y'all dealt with each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
he
were
came
y'all
back.
still together when you had the 2 kids? Or?
No.
Okay, so he was going off to college,
yeah,
and
he was like, it's gonna be too much because it was too far. Like he was in a whole nother state. He was like,
I get it.
He won't be able to come to the state all the time. I was like, I understand. Well, can I just wait till you come back? I'll wait for you to come back.
So you messed around and had 2 kids in between. I get it. Okay. And so then he came back. You've got 2 kids now, but he's still like, I love you. Let's get married.
Yeah, we got married, and then
Did y'all have any kids together?
I lost the baby I was carrying. I was
I'm
pregnant
sorry to
when I
hear
lost
about
the baby.
that.
But see, because it was more so me being stressed due to people in my family passing and having to deal with my grieving process and not speaking to anybody.
I'm sorry to hear about that.
That's more so what happened.
Well, I'm sorry to hear about who, if you don't mind, who was it that passed? Who was the family member?
It was my cousin, and after that, and then when I moved here, it is so many people that passed away, and I just don't speak about nothing. And I feel like it's kind of making me somewhat fucked up, and it makes me isolate and distance myself. But it's not, to me, it's not good because I barely be out here. I barely come outside. I come outside.
Yeah,
every
you
2
definitely don't
months.
want to isolate yourself. That can be dangerous.
Like,
But let's talk about some of this stuff. So okay, so you had the 2 kids. Y'all got married. You had a baby, but you lost it. Which I'm like I say, my condolences about that. But what was it that made the relationship dissolve after right up under 4 years?
I ended up being incarcerated, and then I ended up going to jail. Okay.
What was that for? Oh, let's
beat
slow
the
it down.
police
Okay, so let's slow down. Let's figure out what's going on.
I
So
went to
okay.
jail.
So hold on. So why did you beat the police up?
He should never touched me. I don't care who you are.
Right, I get it, but let's backtrack. Why did he touch you?
Oh, it was me, my ex-husband, his mom. We all went somewhere. His mama doing crazy stuff. She said she was
Crazy
me.
stuff, meaning what? What was she doing?
She was just outside going buckwell. She was fighting people, going in their store, fucking their stuff up. She said she was me, but they get her ID and it shows her name. But y'all come say something to me. They said I had 9 warrants. I said I just went to court for all them little 9 things within the last 2 weeks. Like, you really just harassed me. They locked me up. Went to the little magistrate office. They was like, she just went to court for all this. Well, y'all can release him. They could have released me, but I beat Buddy up, so I couldn't go home. He had a neck brace on.
Now hold on now.
He tried to take me to jail for
Now
something I
listen,
didn't do.
you are an inch shorter than me. Okay, and I'm not a tall guy. Okay, and so you sit here saying that you beat up a whole grown man.
Yep, went to jail for.
I don't know
assault on
about
a
that.
government
I'm
official.
calling cap.
Inflicted physical and serious bodily injuries.
I'm calling cap. Like, I don't believe you. You say that you beat up a whole police officer.
In Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
So
He sure did get beat up.
Do you fight him or?
No, he got beat up.
You're saying he got beat up.
He was on desk duty after I was finished. You couldn't go back out on patrol.
Okay.
Not playing. Don't touch me.
Okay,
You got
so
a job just like I got.
How long
I'm a
did-
human being just like you. So
how long did you end up being in jail for?
I had a complete time in 3 different counties before I went to prison. For
Well, I'm talking about this specific time.
that time?
Because we're talking about what happened to your marriage.
it was I was supposed to do 54 months. I did 14 and got out on papers. Did 14 months and got out on papers.
So you did. Hold on. Back away. Go away. I'm gonna talk to you. Go. We don't need you right here.
Completed 14 months being incarcerated.
I got you. I said I got you. Now don't do that.
Then,
All right.
like while I was in there, my ex-husband, he was making sure he provide. But I was like, bro, I don't need you to know. I have it. Like I have my own money. But I don't want you spending money, okay? And I said, listen, you a nigga. I got 11 brothers. You ain't gonna tell me you ain't finna do nothing. You could, listen, I'm in prison, I'm finna be in here for this long. If you do something, be honest about it. But then you lie, and then your mama tell me. Dude, why your mama tell me and show me everything and you still lie? Like, why keep
What do you
lying?
mean she showed you everything?
No, all the proof, like, when I asked stuff that I knew.
Right.
She was like, she told the son, like, just tell the truth. She said, just tell the truth, just tell the truth. He was like, well, I didn't do nothing. She said, okay, well, I'm about to show everything. She showed me everything, but you still lie.
What did she show you?
Oh, everything he was
it?
doing. Oh, videos, messages, all types of stuff, and you still lie, dude. I don't got time
So she
for that.
showed you videos?
Yeah, he told her she can go ahead and show me.
Of him doing what?
All kinds of shit with all weird people. You don't even know these people from a
Meaning like just walking down the street? Or
He
like
was fucking randoms.
Also doing sex, basically.
You're messing with randoms that you don't know. Then when I come home,
How did she get video of that?
his mama lived next door to us. Literally, we could we could bang on the wall, and his mother come knock on our door. Like, dude, like you're.
So y'all
married,
live in like a duplex or something type deal?
No, literally
it was like
literally like somebody else stay right there, like in a little other part.
So like a townhouse type deal?
Yeah, but like, buddy, no, like that's weird. Your mama lived next door. We married and your mama lived next door to us. That's weird.
Okay, so basically he was doing stuff and he was lying about it. And so you felt the way. And so did you initiate the divorce or did he?
Oh, I filed for divorce. I said, you should have just been honest. I'm filing for divorce. He didn't want to sign no papers. So when they said, separate myself from this man for this amount of time so I can get the absolute divorce, baby, I did it. And gone. Left them with everything. All bank accounts we had. I don't want nothing. I wanted to leave. I left. I came with stuff and I left with nothing. We accumulated stuff together. You can have the money.
Let me ask you something. Who did the kids live with when you was locked up during that time?
Oh, they was with my mom.
Okay, who lives in where?
She lives here in Clayton County.
Okay, where did she live back then?
In North Carolina.
North Carolina. Okay. So they stayed with your mom. Okay. And so, all right, so you got divorced. Did you get divorced while you was in prison or did it happen pretty much afterwards?
No, it was when I got out.
Okay.
I filed while I was in there. I had to wait until after I got out. My divorce was final months after I moved to Georgia.
Okay, and so because this was in North Carolina.
Yeah, I filed in North Carolina, but the divorce wasn't final until October.
You moved to Georgia.
2nd of 2020. I was ready.
Okay. Have you seen or talked to him since then?
He sends me messages every here and there to check on me and the kids and let me know that he still pays for their fucking kids' life insurance, Gerber life insurance.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, because do the kids live with you now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so this month and a half, I'm at year and a half old baby, right? Mm-hmm. What's the deal with that? You say that dad is deceased?
Yeah, his father got killed in the Summit 5 days after he was born.
You say in the what?
At the Summit restaurant.
At the Summit?
Last year.
Wait, is that the shooting that happened that
in January?
It was like
year?
Yeah, I think so.
A man was gunned down. The shooter is on the run. That happened around 8 o'clock this morning at a restaurant on Marietta Street in downtown Atlanta.
Fox 5's Christopher King reports it happened after an argument broke out at a restroom. Fox 5 has video of that incident, and we do want to warn you, the footage is disturbing.
It all happened right here. One guy was inside the bathroom, another guy was outside waiting. The two men got into an argument. The guy waiting for the bathroom pulled out a gun and shot the other guy. The surveillance video is chilling. A man waits outside this restroom. A man wearing a dark hat walks out. The two appear to exchange words. The next thing you know, the man wearing the red hat reaches for his gun and opens fire. We paused the video before the gunfire because the content is graphic.
It disturbed me bad.
The shooting erupted just before 8:30 Friday morning right here inside Summit Cafeteria on Marietta Street in downtown Atlanta. The victim died at the scene. His family says his name was Eric Moffitt. He was 31 and worked for FedEx. He's the father of a newborn baby.
That was his dad? What happened with that?
He got, basically, long story short, somebody he used to deal with, talk about he ain't finna be with nobody else. And I know the person was blowing me up in the hospital, Charlie, you crazy. I should have beat you up before. Should have beat the person up when I came out. Talk about if they not gonna be with him, he was like, I just want to be with my family. Like, I just I'm just with my family.
So you talking about a female?
Yeah, people in the past, like from years ago, like y'all weird.
So people, older or ex basically.
They paid a J.
One
of these bums out here, some ice hard and 20 in a dub to kill this man, and now they sitting in jail for capital murder because it was premeditated. Y'all stupid.
Wait, hold on. So hold on. So
fuck their life up.
A woman that he used to deal with, I guess, was jealous of you and whatever y'all situation was.
Yeah, because he wouldn't leave me alone. Dude, I don't care.
Okay.
You want this man, you can have him. He can go.
Well, he was the father of your kid, though, right?
Yeah, he can still be there for his kid, but I don't got time to be going back and forth
with the drama, right? I get it. So
you want him that bad, you can take him.
Okay, so she felt the way. You're saying that she paid a J?
They got paid to kill this motherfucker. They got paid.
And is the J and her in jail?
The girl's not in jail, but the person that killed him, two out of 3 people was incarcerated.
Who were the 2?
I don't know their name, but I know 2 of the men, and they older men at that.
The police department needs your help tonight identifying this man. He's wanted in a homicide that happened last month at the Summit Cafeteria on Marietta Street. He's described as an older African-American man who walks with a cane. Police are also searching for this other man on your screen. He's wanted as a person of interest in the case. If you recognize either of these men, you are asked to contact Atlanta Crime Stoppers. You can remain anonymous, and there is a $2,000 reward being offered for information.
So wait, these was 2 guys that killed him?
Oh no, it was 1 person, but all the 3 men, they were together. So because they were all together the whole time, and they was all like, he is in the bathroom. So one person go check, see what's going on in there. Then he leave, go tell the other person in the front. Then the other person come, go check. Then they have the person at the door watching. And then when everything happened, they all just leave together. And the people in the restaurant, they all came in together. All was there the whole time. So that's what the people at the restaurant was like, nah, they all came in together.
And so what about the girl? Like, how do you know that she's the one that paid him and stuff like that?
How I know? Based off of the information that the homicide people was asking me in regards to our devices. And I said, I remember the number. I don't remember the person's name. I said, but if y'all got the number, y'all can do a reverse phone reverse thing,
right? And
you can figure out who it is. That's what y'all can do.
Did they do that?
Oh, I don't know. I said, because I'm gonna take matters into my own hands. This is my kid father. So either y'all gonna do it or I'm gonna do it. So which one?
Well, have you seen her since then?
Oh no, don't see nobody. Because I don't come outside because I know. Just because of that, I need to be away from people. Just because of that. I don't want to be around nobody. So
yeah, I remember when that happened last year. That's wild. So that was the father of your kid. That really sucks. And so, okay. And so you're pregnant right now, so you got a dude now too?
Unfortunately.
Huh?
Do I got a dude?
Well,
I'm pregnant now, yeah.
You pregnant now? Are y'all together?
Yeah.
Why you say it like that then?
No, yeah, me and a person together.
Right,
but do I have a dude? But yeah,
yeah,
no.
but you also said unfortunately.
No, unfortunately, I'm pregnant. Cause I'm just tired of it. Like, I'm over being pregnant.
Well, why don't stop having sex?
I just don't like being pregnant
Rob.
in seasons. Like, I be pregnant through the season, like each.
But why you letting them bust up inside you then? Like, what do you mean? Like, it's not like this your first time at the rodeo.
No, see, but listen, no, this is what's crazy because I just went to the doctor on the 28th. Went to the doctor in July. That's when they said I was pregnant. But when I went to the doctor yesterday, they said I'm further than what they said
the first time, right?
First off, from July, for me to get a positive in July, and y'all say I'm 9 weeks, I go to the doctor on the 28th.
Yeah, turn this way for me.
And y'all tell me I'm 21 weeks and 4 days. Where the fuck you get 9 weeks and you jump to 21 weeks, baby?
Okay, so they messed up on that. But let me ask, so as far as you and this current guy, is he gonna be an active and present dad?
Oh yeah, he goes to all doctor's appointments. I see him every day. All that.
Do y'all live together or?
No, we'll move together at the end of this year. Well, I'm about to move, but he gonna come. Oh my gosh.
I just need to get some good lighting. Just put it down for a second, and then we'll let you go. We'll let you get back in the shade, okay? But because it's not that hot right now, it's just the sun is bright. Okay. All right. Okay. So. Okay. When you was out here homeless, what was the circumstances of that? Like, why did you end up becoming homeless?
It was due to me dealing with domestic violence, and I could have stayed there and dealt with it, or just leave and be homeless for my kids. I'd rather not deal with that, so I chose to be homeless. I'm not about to deal with nobody doing all this nonsense putting their hands on me because I'll kill you. Then you finna keep putting your hands on me, I'll off you real fast.
Let me ask you something.
Kind of person.
Let me ask. I'm gonna ask this, right? Just because it's in my spirit too. Like, so when you were young, and by the way, you're from Queens, right? So look, real quick, let's just start from the beginning. Where you from? You from Queens? Shout out that Queens, New York, man. Shout it out, man, all day, man. I was born in New York myself, so that's awesome. All right, so growing up in Queens, did you have both mom and dad in the household?
My mother, my father, I literally know my father over the phone, but my father knows me more than my mother do. And it's sad to say, for me to live with you my whole life, this man knows me more than you.
Why is that?
I don't like her. She's just negative. She don't like me because she don't like my father. Hey, be my guest.
Did you have siblings growing up?
Mm-hmm.
How many? So that you grew up in the house with?
3.
Okay, and where were you in the birth order?
I'm the last.
You're the baby. How many years between you and the closest sibling in age?
My stepdad, we were 17 and a half months apart, but she passed away. We're here.
Wow, I'm sorry to hear about that. How did she pass?
They say natural causes, but if she's healthy, nothing's
At what
wrong.
age?
I'm 30, so she was
31 to 32. Like, we should be 31 to 32 right now.
She would have been 30. She would have been 32, so 2 years ago, 30. Well, she was 29 when she died.
And they said natural causes?
They said natural causes. Like, it made it crazy because she went to the hospital before. Like, she kept saying she didn't feel good. They said everything was good. She was healthy. But I know it was due to where my mother stayed at. The landlord didn't want to fix nothing. It was whatever, that black mold shit.
And stuff, yeah.
And she was born with asthma. Like, she had to go to sleep with a machine on. He never wanted to do nothing. I know that's what it was. I know that's what it was. But my mother didn't want to proceed.
Were y'all close growing up, you and your sister?
Yeah. We did everything together.
Yeah, y'all were like almost Irish twins, as they call it.
We did everything.
Close to it anyway. 17 months apart. That's almost the same gap that my kids have.
Yeah,
my 2 daughters, you know what I'm saying?
Because all of me and my older siblings. So my older sister, her last kid is 2008. Then my sister 2010, 12, 14, 16. That's really how I know how old.
Everybody is like by the 2 years apart.
17 and a half months apart.
That's crazy. Okay. All right. And so growing up, would you say that you had like a fairly normal childhood?
When I was with my grandparents. Whenever I left from being around my mom. Yeah.
What ages, or was that like just kind of often here and there?
I remember, it's sad. I remember being with my grandparents until I was able to start school. That's what I remember.
So about 5 or so?
Yeah, like 4 or 5 years old. Because you start at 4 or 5 years old.
Right.
So no, I remember being with them my whole life. I don't remember that much little baby pictures of me with my siblings. I've probably seen a few. But other than that, I always see them in pictures, all types of stuff.
Without you type deal?
Yeah, I was always with my grandparents. But whenever it was time for me to start school.
Grandparents mean mom's mom?
No, it was my dad's mom.
Okay.
It's when my mother wanted me around. Lady, just because my family would do anything and give me anything, because they wealthy, you want me to be around you just for the money. Like, and once my grandma died, my grandfather died, she started being fucked up, but she always been fucked up to me. And I kept my distance. That's why when I was able to leave, at 17, I was gone.
Got the hell on.
Gone.
Let me ask you a question. When you were younger, did anything like, ever happen to you or anything like that?
Yeah, before, and it was with my sister's dad. My sister's dad, he molested me, and my cousin did. And my mother didn't do nothing.
So these were 2 separate incidents?
Yeah, my cousin was when
What age did this start?
First was my cousin, I was 11 years old. Then
what happened with your cousin?
I went to my grandma's house in Wilson, North Carolina, but we was at everybody went to my brother's house. He got beat up, and he in jail now.
Well, how did they find out? Like, what happened?
His brother. Like, I was sleeping, his brother told my older brother, he was like, Adrian's doing this to Asia.
Well, okay, so was this ongoing, or was this just a one-time incident?
That was just that one time that happened with my cousin. And then
and so what did he, so 11 years old, that would have been like possibly your first, and so was that like the first time that you was, and so what was the circumstances of that? Like, in other words, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get people to see like how these things come about happening. We know what happened. But how did it happen? Like, you send your kid over to in other words, you send your kid over to their cousin's house, right? And you don't expect that type of stuff to happen. And so what I'm saying is that, so you were asleep. Had he shown any type of signs like this before?
No.
Okay, so this just came out of nowhere.
It was weird that his brother, Thomas, my little cousin, he was like, and I remember leave her alone, get off of her. And then
So you remember him saying
I
that?
remember my cousin like, leave Asia, leave her alone. I'm telling Davon. That's my brother's name. He went to go tell my brother and his friends, and they came inside, beat him up, drug him outside, and told my aunt she better come get her son.
How old was your cousin at that time? You were 11. How old was he?
I think he was like 16, 17.
Wow. So he was a few years older. He was an older teenager.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So they came in, beat him up. Did anything ever happen after that?
Oh, my aunt like put him in foster care like afterwards. She got rid of him. She was like, "No, you're not finna do all of this." And then he ended up doing it to other people. And then
Other people in the family, or just
just other
people,
in general.
right?
And
Yeah.
then just because other stuff like that doesn't happen to other people, and I was the first person it happened to, and I never really spoke on it. Like when it came to
Well,
them
but
saying
it
something
sounds
about
like
other
you
people,
did speak on it.
Oh no, I spoke on it when my cousin told me. He was like, "Asia, you have to say something. It doesn't happen to too many other people." He was like, "You're the only person." He was like, "Asia, you're the only person that can say something that can really like get him in there. Like you're the first person that happened to. Like you're the only person that can make something."
Well, in other words, what it sounds like when it first happened, he got caught right away.
Oh, he got beat up by my brothers, but
They didn't like say like the
they didn't
adults,
say-
so
they
they
didn't
didn't
say
like
nothing
tell. Okay, so they
because
didn't
my
tell the
mother would
adults.
my mother would never let me be around my grandparents again.
Right.
And
Okay,
lady,
so
you only let me be around them for money. Like, lady, it's sad.
when was it that the adult in whatever the mix found out?
I was incarcerated. They wouldn't let me leave jail. They said I had to do like a social history.
How old were you?
I was like 13, between 13 and 16.
13,
They
and
wouldn't
so
release me from jail as a minor until I spoke about stuff that happened to me in my past. I said it's pointless for me to speak. Like, don't nobody care. So.
and that's not true. You do know that, right? At this age, at 30, you know that, right?
No, my mama still don't care. I could be homeless right now with my kids. My mother won't care. She won't care at all. But they always need me for something. But if I need them, I would never have nobody. And it's sad. I'm always there for y'all, but when I need somebody, everybody's non-existent.
So this started at probably before that, but that was a major incident that caused you to, because at that point you even felt like your mom wouldn't care if you told her.
She done. Even when I told her stuff that happened.
So when you told her, what was her reaction? Because you had to tell her, and turn this way from me. You had to tell her because you was
stuff that I done told my mother didn't happen to me. She told me she didn't care. When I told her that my stepfather was touching me, talk about some, what is she supposed to do because he's helping her? What you mean? What you supposed to do?
Wait, so what age did that occur?
That was like 13. That's when I came back from New York with my father. My mother let me go up there for a little bit of time. I came back. And I was like, I don't want to be here. Like, can I just go with my father or my grandmother? She would never let me go. I begged and begged, can I go?
And so how long was you there before he started doing?
We had just moved to Virginia. We weren't even in Virginia that long. Like, we had just moved from New York to Virginia. Then my mother needed help. That he come around. Oh, this, and this. And then my sister, she was like.
I don't say, how long was he in your life before he started doing that stuff to you?
My sister and father?
Yes.
He was always around, like growing up in New York. Whenever they would go, whenever my mother.
And these are your younger sisters? Oh no, these are your older sisters.
Yeah,
father.
It's my two middle sisters.
Okay.
They share the same dad.
Okay. And so he would be around in Virginia. So he was kind of around your whole life type deal. But around 13, what did he do to you?
No, he used to be touching on me. I told my mother to what I'm supposed to do. But what you want me to do?
Was the touching like incidental, or was it like it was to like your private parts?
No, everywhere.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this no, dude, that's nasty. I'm telling my mother. Well, she ain't, and then he would say, well, she ain't gonna do nothing 'cause she need my help, and that's what was said. Like, well, what am I supposed to do? I need help.
Jesus Christ.
What you mean? What you supposed to do? Because you need help. Let me leave then.
So did it ever escalate beyond touching?
Did it ever escalate? It would no, because I always made sure like I had somebody around me. When like I told his friend, I told like his older friend,
Right.
that he had a little business with. He was like, he said, okay. He was like, if you ever feel like this, just send me a message. And then whenever I felt like he was trying to do something or anything, the man knocked on the door. He had his kids come over there and come get me or anything. Like, it's sad because my mama never cared. And anytime I said something about how I felt when stuff happened.
So let's do this real quick. So one of the things that we do on this channel, right? We have conversations with people when they're not right in front of us, because it helps us to really get out our feelings completely without being cut off or, manipulated in any type of way. Okay? So it sounds like you have a lot of stuff to get off your chest about your mom. And she, trust me, she may happen to come across this video on YouTube.
And I don't care if she do.
Well, and so get it all out. Like, express your feelings about the things or the lack of protection or whatever it is. So tell her, like, look her in the camera right now.
I said it before I had my son. Listen, I got to tell you and my father this because I feel like I'm like this because of y'all. Y'all don't care. It's always me. Y'all always need me for something for y'all, but if I need y'all, y'all never there.
So basically, you kind of never felt protected?
I never had nobody. Whether I lived with you my whole life, I don't trust my parents. If I can never depend on them, how can I depend on somebody else?
Yeah, I mean, if that's the first person that
like,
you depend on to love, protect, provide.
Y'all don't give a fuck about nobody but y'allself.
And so your dad, you feel like he feels the same way?
My father cares, but it's just, and I know my father cares. It's just, as far as him physically being present,
he wasn't present. He wasn't that present as you needed him to be.
I've seen my father 3 times my whole entire life. At the age of 3, 13, and at my grandma's funeral.
What?
Yeah, that's 3 times. But I always I know him like the back of my hand, and he know me.
Well, it sounds like that's because you spend a lot of time with your grandma, who was his mom.
Oh no, I know my father over a phone.
Well, what was his explanation for not being around as much?
At first I didn't know, but he was always incarcerated. That's what I thought he was just never there, but he was always incarcerated.
And so what did you get incarcerated for at 13?
Oh no, I didn't get incarcerated at 13.
You said that you was in juvie or something like that?
Oh, no, that's when I started like the little probation stuff because I was beating people up. I don't like people touching me.
So you just a little fighter.
If you touch me?
Nah, listen, I make light of it, but
I do be fighting people.
Listen, here's the thing. I make light of it, but the truth is that I understand where that trauma is coming from. Okay? And you deserve to feel loved, to feel protected, to know that somebody cares. That's why I say, like, don't not talk about that stuff because you think nobody cares. If your parents didn't care, listen to me. If your parents didn't care, trust me, strangers do. Strangers do.
Strangers care. Blood, they say blood thicker than water, and like I say, the water's always thicker than the blood. And the water is the strangers, and the blood is nothing. And that's how I feel.
And I understand you feel that way because of your experiences. So I get that. Is your dad still living? Mm-hmm. I mean, is there anything you want to say to him?
I love my father. I tell him all the time, even though I don't speak to him all the time. I'll tell my brother, tell my father I love him.
So I get it. It's one thing about love, but you can love someone and simultaneously hold them accountable for whatever trauma they may have caused.
I already told him and my mother how I had to let them know how I feel before I had.
What was their reaction?
My mother was quiet. Why do you feel like that? Because lady, you was never there. You left us for your boyfriend all the time. My older sister had to take care. They had to go sell drugs, and you kicked my sister out because she was taking care of your kids. That's your job. Your oldest child is taking care of your 3 younger kids and your mother. While you out fucking niggas, bro. Take care of your kids and your responsibility. You're supposed to be taking care of your sick mother, right, and your kids. You out with men, bro. When we don't have nothing. And
how did that make you feel?
How? It's fucked up because, dude. And I know I could have, every time my mother was going, I call my grandparents, we need this. And they would bring the money.
Slow down. How did it make you feel?
It made me feel bad, fucked up, because I know we didn't have, my sister and my grandma, we didn't have to deal with that. That's why whenever my mother would leave, I'm like, it's okay. I just need Bariso or Caprice to walk me to my grandmother's house, and they'll give me whatever, and I'll make sure we have something. And because that's how my father's family is wealthy, and I can get whatever, my mother just wanted me to always be like that. She would never let me work or nothing.
So
every time it was time for me, a teenager, to go get a job, she'll take me to the interview, but once they be like, well, she can get the job, she'll tell them I can't do it. I can't do it because what? You want my grandparents' money. Like, it's always about money for her. That's all.
Tell you what, more and more I'm starting to run into a lot of mama trauma from people that I interview. And it sounds like that definitely describes you. That's what I'm saying. Like, what do you think could be done to solve the issue or to kind of make you guys' relationship better? Basically, from what I'm hearing, it sounds like it would come from her side, basically, because she would have to. If I asked her about you, what would she tell me?
What would she tell you? I ain't gonna be nothing. I would never be nothing. That's all I was told my whole life. So yeah, you just like this, okay? If I'm just like him, why you slept with this man then? I ain't nothing. Why you slept with? Oh, he was something when you slept with him and had me.
I'm still kind of shocked
But
about
I feel
this.
like it's more so because of how she feel about my father is the way I get treated. I get treated the way I get treated because she dislikes my father. Guess what, lady? That's your fault.
Yeah,
You
she
fucked
decided
him.
to lay down with him, right?
You fucked that man, not me.
Yeah.
So therefore, take your responsibility. You shouldn't treat nobody fucked up just because you don't like their father. Guess what, lady? Since you don't like me, I don't like you either. But I'll still do anything for my family no matter what. And that's the sad part. No matter how I get treated, I still do anything in the world for them.
Listen, miss, I empathize with you. It's got to be rough when the first person that's supposed to kind of guide you, love you, protect you, basically just failed and didn't do that. And like you say, was chasing man and doing all kind of other stuff other than what she was supposed to be doing. So, well, listen, on that note, if anybody out there wanted to reach out, help, or donate, do you have a way they could do that? Do you have social media, Cash App, anything like that?
I have Facebook, I have Instagram, and I only have Chime.
Chime? All right, well, shout them all out. What's Facebook?
My Facebook is Queen Asia Daily, and my Instagram is Queen Asia _Lady Rico. And my Chime is Queen Asia 93.
Queen Asia 93?
Yes.
All right. Well, listen, miss, we really appreciate you taking the time, answering all of our questions. And we definitely wish you nothing but the best out here, okay? Make sure you have a good one, sweetie.
All right, thank you.
All right.